Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has appointed 3 new ministers from Nepali Congress. Despite the expansion of the Council of Ministers for the 9th time, the government is yet to gain a full shape. In this situation, Prime Minister Dahal has also been assigned the responsibility regarding inclusion of Rashtriya Swatantra Party in the government. Good evening, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Erstwhile Government Secretary Tek Narayan Pandey arrested in the fake refugee scam. Senior political leaders under investigation. Questions raised on former leadership of Home Ministry. Child marriage continues unabated despite legal prohibition and age bar of 20 years. 13% of girls married under the age of 19 found pregnant. Government's awareness programs ineffective. Attraction of foreign tourists in mountaineering on the rise. 466 receive climbing permit for the Mount Everest. 740 million rupees generated from mountains open for expeditions. And Sadabato waste opportunity to go top of the A Division League with a defeat against Himalayan Sherpa. Manang end winless run. Stadiums dry without fans in domestic top flight. The Ministry of Home Affairs is the apex authority for ensuring internal security and shoulders the responsibility of addressing all issues related to national security. However, those working at leadership roles at the Ministry of Home Affairs themselves have been alleged of involvement in illegal activities. Serious questions have surfaced after security advisor to former Home Minister and erstwhile Home Secretary have been arrested for their alleged involvement in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. Nepal police has been investigating a serious offence for the past 40 days. Leadership of the Ministry of Home Affairs has been drawn into legal proceedings following investigations into the allegation of taking money for sending people to the United States of America disguised as fake Bhutanese refugees. Police has arrested Indrajit Rai, the security advisor to erstwhile Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa and former Home Secretary Tek Narayan Pandey for their involvement in receiving up to 5 million rupees each to send 429 individuals to the USA in the disguise of Bhutanese refugees. A committee was formed under the leadership of former Joint Secretary Balkrishna Panthi to address the issues of Bhutanese refugees in Nepal 4 years ago. Names of 429 fake refugees were added to the report of the committees. While up to 5 million rupees each was received from them to send them to the US, they filed a complaint as their names were not included in the list of refugees published by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. 5 individuals, including the masterminds behind the scam, Keshav Dulal and Sanu Bhandari, have been arrested during police investigations. Indrajit Rai was arrested on Tuesday, while former Home Secretary Tek Narayan Pandey was arrested today after both of them were found to have received money as mentioned in the diary confiscated during investigation. Terming the case of an organized crime in nature, police has arrested 7 individuals so far. However, it is the first instance where the officiating secretary during the incident has been arrested. Former Home Secretary Maheshwar Neupani is also being suspected of involvement in the case. Police are also investigating son of erstwhile Minister Thapa Pratik, former Minister for Energy Top Bahadur Rai Machi and his son Sandeep Rai Machi, who had received a cheque of 15 million rupees. More than 20 individuals who had paid around 230 million rupees with the dream of landing in America had filed their complaints at police. Police is proceeding with investigations based on the provision which allows for judicial custody for up to 60 days. As per the legal arrangements of Nepal, the eligible age for marriage is 20 years. However, the law has not been effectively implemented. Around 13% of girls under the age of 19 are found pregnant, while pregnancy at such a young age is a major reason for the high maternal mortality rate. The 1996 health survey conducted among 2,229 individuals of the age group 15 to 19 had found 23.9% cases of pregnancies. In the 2022 survey, among 2,643 of the same age group, pregnancy rate was found among 13.6% of girls. Despite the relative decrease in the cases of pregnancies in the age group 15 to 19, it is still an issue of concern. 31.8% of pregnant girls of young age were illiterate back in 1996, while the rate has increased to 32.7% in 2022. This data is evidence to the fact that illiterate young girls are still getting married at a very young age. Despite the legal age for marriage being 20 in Nepal, the arrangement has not been strictly implemented. Pregnancy at a young age is very risky. However, legal experts are of the opinion that lack of awareness about legal provisions and actions have added further challenges. Marriage and pregnancy at a very young age is not good for both mothers and babies. Doctors have said that several health-related issues may surface because of pregnancy at a young age. In a situation where cases of pregnancy among young girls still exist because of lack of awareness about health and laws, the three tiers of the government have no alternative to aware and educate the public. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked in several provinces what should be done to stop child marriage. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मधेसमा सबभन्दा बढी दहेज चाहिँ प्रथाले गर्दाखेरि अनि पढाइको कारणले सबभन्दा लेडीलाई किन पढाइराखे त्यसको लागि पनि कमै उमेरमा बिहे गरिदिन्छन्।
बाल विवाह न्यूनीकरणका लागि विद्यालयमा यस सम्बन्धी पाठ्यक्रममै चाहिँ ल्याउनु पर्छ।
बालबच्चाहरूलाई हामीले शिक्षा दीक्षा दिनुपर्दछ, जनचेतना दिनुपर्दछ।
बाल विवाह गरिसकेपछि के कस्ता खालको समस्याहरू आउँछ भनेर हामीले बालबालिकाहरूलाई चाहिँ सचेत गरायो भने चाहिँ बाल विवाह रोकिन सक्छ।
कानुनहरू चाहिँ पूर्ण रूपमा कार्यान्वयन गर्नुपर्छ।
सचेतनाका कार्यक्रमहरू सञ्चालन गर्नुपर्छ।
बालबालिका आफै पनि सचेत हुनु पर्यो।
विद्यालय स्तरबाटै जनचेतनामूलक कार्यक्रमहरू गर्नुपर्छ।
निकट बस्तीहरूमा जनचेतनामूलक सरकारले कार्यक्रमहरू चाहिँ गराइराख्नु पर्यो।
कम उमेरको विवाहबाट हुने समस्याहरू आफ्नो अभिभावकले सिकाउनु पर्यो।
पालिकाहरूले सचेतना कार्यक्रम गर्नुपर्छ।
गरिब छन्, निमुखा छन्, उहाँहरूले आफ्नो बच्चालाई पाल्न नसक्ने अवस्थामा उहाँहरू बाल विवाह गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ। यो कारणले सरकार, स्थानीय सरकार, तिनै तहको सरकार चाहिँ गम्भीर हुनु आवश्यक छ।
Attraction towards mountaineering in Nepal, a major destination for adventure tourism, has been increasing in recent time. According to the Department of Tourism, 466 mountaineers have received the climbing permit for Mount Everest, which is an all-time high. Nepal has generated around 740 million rupees in revenue from mountains open for climbing expeditions. Interest of tourists from around the world has increased for climbing the Mount Everest. A total of 466 mountaineers from 65 countries, including India, China, South American nations, and war-torn Ukraine, have received their climbing permits so far in 2023. For the 24 mountains open for climbing by the government of Nepal, 1,079 have received their permits, from which the government has generated 739,700,000 rupees in revenue. More than 650 million rupees has been generated from the Mount Everest alone. Meanwhile, the number of tourists arriving in Nepal has also increased this year. A total of 326,000 tourists have visited Nepal in 2023 so far. Based on the government data, 98,773 tourists arrived in Nepal in the month of April alone. Tourist entrepreneurs have said that the expected number of tourists have not arrived in Nepal because of the failure of the government in introducing an integrated tourism policy and inadequate promotion efforts. The government aims to ensure national prosperity through tourism. While it is necessary to ease mountain expeditions that generate hundreds of millions of rupees for the country, it is also imperative to formulate concrete strategies to curb the impact of climate change on the natural assets of the country. Time now for international update. A 13-year-old boy has been arrested after 8 students and a security guard were killed at a school in Belgrade. Another 6 pupils and a teacher were injured in the attack and have been taken to hospital. Witnesses say the suspect walked into a history class, first shot the teacher and then turned his weapon on his fellow students. The suspect is alleged to have used 2 guns owned by his father, who has also been arrested. Police say the attacker planned the shooting a month in advance with a list of children to target. The education minister said he had previously been a victim of peer violence. 3 days of mourning are to be held in Serbia from May 5 to 7. Time now for sports update.
Sports news.
Himalayan Sherpa have defeated Sadobato Youth Club 1-0 at the Matias Memorial A-Division League today. With the result, Sadobato have lost their opportunity to move atop the points table. In the match held at the Chasal ground, the first half ended in a goalless stalemate. Khamir Gilsen Kandangwa broke the deadlock in the 66th minute, utilizing Piston's pass, which decided the result. Sherpa, who have now avoided defeat for 5th match in a row, have climbed to the 8th position of the league standings with 17 points from 14 matches, while Sadobato dropped down to 4th with 22 points. In other A-Division League matches played today, Church Boys United came back from a goal behind to secure a 2-1 win over Friends, while 8-time champions Manang Marshangdi have put an end to their 7-match winless run with a 1-0 win over Tribhuvan Army Club. The government is to felicitate the members of Nepal men's national cricket team with cash reward who won the ACC Men's Premier Cup and qualified for the ACC Asia Cup. Today's meeting of the Council of Ministers has decided to felicitate the players of the men's national cricket team and the head coach with 600,000 rupees each. Likewise, the meeting has also decided to reward other members and officials of the team with 300,000 rupees each. Team Nepal had secured a 7-wicket win over the United Arab Emirates in yesterday's ACC Men's Premier Cup final and secured their berth at the ACC Asia Cup slated for September in Pakistan. Following Nepal's win, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal had expressed commitment of motivating the players. As per the regulation related to sports and awards, members of the team which had won the Asian level tournament were certain to receive 500,000 rupees each. However, the government has decided to add 100,000 rupees and provide 600,000 rupees each. The Cabinet has also decided to allocate required funds in the budget for the upcoming fiscal year to upgrade the Tribhuvan University cricket ground to an international standard stadium and conclude the construction works. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before that, let's take a look at the result of yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked what should be done to make Nepali cricket competitive in international tournaments. 63% voted for A, invest in infrastructure, 20% for B, encourage players, and 17% for C, government should prioritize the sport. And here's today's question. What do you term the preparation to ease the examination system of grade 12? Your options are A, timely and appropriate step, B, to stop exodus of students, and C, relief for students. Voting is on. Tap any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Up next is the weather update.